Celeb Savant is a career retrospective type interview focusing on singers, actors, and industry experts. Join Barrett Edelstein now as he dives into the entertainment world.
Italian singer-songwriter Alessia Labate embarked on her sonic adventure at the age of 12 through her participation on Italian TV show Lo Canto. Her talent further blossomed when she took part on The Voice of Italy at the age of 17. By 2019, Alessia's enchanting voice and sharp songwriting talent caught the eye of New York management from Adesso, sparking worldwide collaborations in the EDM scene with hit tracks like Cool, Stay, and Holding On. In 2020, Alessia didn't miss a beat, pivoting towards her solo career with stunning releases such as Just Love and OMG. Alessia also shared her creativity with other artists, garnering recognition from industry giants Universal, Spinning Records, Heartfelt, Smash the House, detach, and STMPD. Her impressive career trajectory includes standout performances at AIDS 2021 and Milan Pride 2022, when she reached the Eurovision selection finals and opened for Sophie and the Giants' sold-out show in Milan. In 2024, Alessia dropped the mesmerizing Avalon with Like Mike and Ginchi, co-wrote the electrifying Origami for Anfisa Letiago, and joined the Dance and Love publishing roster. In 2025, she released the massive tune Out of Time with STMPD, the single Gimme the Love with Armin van Buuren, and Tiritera was released via Global Records. Up next on Celeb Savant, we've got Alessia Labate. Where are you in the world and how are you doing?
Hello, I am in Milano, Italy, and I'm doing great.
Milan is one of my favorite places in Europe. I've been there and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's super nice. Not gonna lie, it's probably my favorite city in Italy. It's smaller compared to Rome. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of people in fashion, music, design, like any area. There's someone here, but it's becoming a bit too expensive lately. I have to be honest about that. But besides that, still one of my favorite places.
Did you grow up in Milan?
No, I didn't. I grew up in southern Italy, Calabria. My hometown is called Cosenza. And I moved here 8 years ago, I think. Yeah, when I was 20.
Let's rewind. At what age, whether as a child or teenager, did you think, okay, I want to be in this music world, and how did that journey progress?
I think I've always wanted to be in music. I was born in a musical family. My father is a musician, writer, producer. He can play a lot of instruments. So I've always been surrounded by music, and I basically grew up in this recording studio, unplugging cables all the time. My mom used to have a dance school, so I was dancing when I was a kid. I have to say, around the age of 8 is when I switched completely from dancing to singing. And my grandmother, I remember, she would tell me to sing at the the little concerts in her area, and kids could just go on stage and sing. And I did it once or twice because she pushed me to, and I really, really loved it. So I think, yeah, that was the moment where I was like, okay, I think singing is something I really enjoy doing. And when I was 12, I had my first professional experience. I was in this TV show called Io Canto in Italy. And yeah, that's when I was like, okay, this is my thing. I love being on stage. I love singing. And then later on, I found out at around 15 that I really loved writing. So yeah, it all came to me pretty much in my teenage years, yes.
How did you translate that to become professional after school?
So that was a tough tough one because both my mother and father wanted me to go to university and get a degree. I wanted to become an engineer. But I begged them to support me for 1 year and allow me to have a gap year so I could give music a try. And I did it. I moved to Rome with my ex at the time. And I started playing gigs, and people started to show interest in me also as an artist. And a few people believed in me. And there's this guy, his name is Manuel. I call him Uncle Manuel. He became part of my family. I would say he's my mentor. My second mentor, my first one was my dad, of course. And he met me during that year, and he took me under his wing, and he taught me how to record myself, how to edit my own vocals, how to produce. And he really gave me all the tools I needed to start this music career. So yeah, it's just a matter of going, like, fucking around, and someone will believe in you and give you the tools and help you get the tools you need to succeed in your career.
How do you create a song?
Oh my God. There's no clear answer to this. I think it depends. Sometimes it's a session, you're with other people, you're jamming, and everyone has their own good ideas, and you merge all the good ideas and make a good song out of it. Other times I am just by myself doing nothing, and a killer idea will come to my head, and I'll be like, oh my God, I got to record this. And those are usually the special ones, I have to say. Yeah, sometimes it starts from the melody, for me most of the times. Other times it starts from a feeling or a situation I really want to talk about in a session, because music writing is my therapy. So yeah, it just depends. You got to be inspired.
I know it's all very secretive in your guys' world. So what can you tell us is coming up in the next period of time?
So I do have a couple of releases scheduled for the next few months. I think it's March and April. I don't remember exactly, but there's a couple of songs coming out that I'm really proud of. One of them has been played by Martin Garrix already a lot, so it's very exciting. And I'm working on a very special performance. I can't say anything yet. And this is actually not announced yet, but I'm going to be performing at Nameless Winter with Conrad Taylor. I haven't said anything yet on social media. We can say here. And we're going to be performing our song Mind Shots together and have a lot of fun. And I think we're going to tease some other songs we wrote together. And yes, I'm grinding, honestly. I'm grinding a lot. And I know that it's a very good moment for me because things are happening. Songs are finally starting to get released. And I think I can finally aim for the stars, you know.
You referenced that it's finally happening. Obviously, it's been a bit of a journey to get to this point through the challenging times of doors being closed, things not happening. How did you motivate yourself to say, just keep going, it'll happen?
It's a tough one because you will lose faith every now and then. And you might start to believe that what you're doing isn't working. Maybe it's not working. I realized for myself from 2020 to 2022, when I was releasing my own music independently, my own pop music, that was fun. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed all the creative part of it. I enjoyed being in the studio. I enjoyed being with my friends, making content for the songs, thinking about the content. But I didn't really enjoy the fact that I was actively putting myself into debt to pay for all these things I wanted to do. And that's when I stepped back. I was like, okay, I dream of being an artist, but right now I can't afford that. And I would rather have a more healthy, relationship with money and with myself than just do it all just to be a star. I don't need to be a star. I just want to live making music. So I worked more towards that. And I think that it's important to gather what people tell you. Like if something didn't go through, there is a reason. Maybe your song wasn't good enough. Maybe the vocal performance wasn't good enough. I think it's important to learn to detach yourself from your art, to take your feedback as a feedback and use that to level yourself up, to do better. And also, not everyone's feedback should be listened to, but if someone you respect tells you your song is not good enough, it's not good enough. And it's hard to accept. But the moment I started to accept that, and I started to realize that I needed to be grateful, because throughout my life and my career, I've always managed to find people that believed in me and pushed me, even when someone else was telling me no. That's what really gave me the drive to keep on going, be in the studio, rewrite that song. Like, this is like a funny thing, but I have been signed to my publisher and manager, Dance in Love, for almost 2 years now. So it's pretty new. And the first time my A&R didn't have any feedback on the vocal and was like, yeah, the vocal is good, was 2 months ago. So it took time to, get to that level of professionalism to hopefully, have a successful career. But yeah, you need to learn to get comfortable with negative feedback as well.
So now to confirm, so you were doing pop before. Are you now more in the dance space?
Yeah. I started with pop music when I was listening to Hannah Montana, High School Musical, and then Miley Cyrus and Britney and all these amazing pop divas. Of course, if you're a weird kid like me who just wants to be on stage, you think, oh, I want that. I want to be that. And I definitely see myself in that lane. But with dance music, I have discovered a whole other universe where sometimes it's easier to push through because you're dealing with artists that value music, that value good things. If I wasn't a pop scene, it would have been harder for me to get big features like Armin van Buuren and Alan Walker, And they are artists, for example, that are completely independent. They have their own huge teams, and I see them collaborating with younger, up-and-coming, way more than bigger major label artists like David Guetta, for example. So I think the dance world really allows for good musicians, good writers, good singers to have a spotlight on them. Way easier than pop music.
I have noticed that a lot in the dance world, they're very supportive of each other. They're uplifting each other. You mentioned earlier that Martin Garrix was playing your songs. So it seems to be a very collaborative, open, welcoming community. Am I correct in my observation?
Yeah, it's pretty much correct. Even the nature of it, I mean, the music gets used, I would say, during DJ sets. And it's very unlikely that a DJ only plays his own songs or her own songs. So it's the nature of the way dance music is enjoyed by people requires the DJ to play other people's music. And that's beautiful. And yeah, everyone is super, super supportive, even amongst vocalists. it's a good place to be. And the more I'm seeing the level of people around me get high, the more I see that there's no ego, honestly. And I love that because it's easy to work when there's no ego involved and everyone is just there to have a beautiful song and have it cut and have the big DJ play it in front of people. That's what we want. We're not fucking around and getting stuck because of ego.
Tell us about the collaboration with Alan Walker that's just come out.
That's a special one for me, first of all, because I've always been a fan of Alan. Since I heard Faded, I was like, wow, this is good. I wish one day to do that. I took it off the list now. It was very random. One day I find this email from Createl, his team. They were looking for a vocalist for Not Home for his new album. And I'm usually very slow to respond to emails, but that one I replied very quickly to. I sat down a couple of hours. I recorded a demo. They loved it. And so they gave me some feedback. We went back and forth for a few days. And just like that, the song was done. We negotiated terms, signed the contract, and then I actually found out about the release a week prior. When I saw that appear on my Spotify for Artists, I was like, gotta hurry up. I gotta do the visuals. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And I was in Calabria when that happened. Even when I recorded the song, it was September. I was in Calabria in my dad's home where I grew up, where I started with music. And that made it even more special. And for the visuals, I really, really wanted a abandoned house feeling. So I called my nonna. I was like, Nonna, can I shoot some content in your house? Because she has this, old nonna house. So we shot some content there. Also, we went to the, how's it called in English? The abandoned place of the house where they store stuff, right?
Yeah.
And we bought some candles and that happened. We got the visuals. They really liked it. And then when the song came out, I didn't have a lot of expectations because I prefer not to have expectations in general. But I kind of knew that his fan base was very active, very supportive. So I was expecting some of that. And they're all so nice and supportive. But I didn't expect them to stream the song so much. We had 1 million streams in 6 days. It's the fastest song to get to 1 million streams that I've had. And then I discovered that we are number 1 in China.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, because of that, there will be some more iterations of the song that will come out, but I don't know the details yet. But I know we have recorded something. That's all I can say. But yeah, it's incredible. I feel so blessed.
So you mentioned earlier you got that email from Alan Walker. You've collaborated with Armin van Buuren. Martin Garrix is playing your music. Is it ever a moment where you're like, oh, is this actually happening? Should I be here? Is there any of that imposter syndrome that ever comes through?
All the time. It's complicated because I know I have to start saying no a bit more to people. Now is the time where I really need to be picky about the way I invest my time. It's not even a matter of being precious. It's just that I want to have the time and the energy to really dedicate myself to what matters. But other times I'm like, who do I think I am? Like, yeah, I've done a song with these amazing artists, but I still suck. Still play back my voice when I record and I'm like, oh, that was off key. Like, imposter syndrome, I think it will never go away. But I have to say, there are moments where when I'm excited about what I'm doing, that it gets way better. Like when I'm excited, when I'm in flow, when I know a song is coming out, I feel good about myself. I like my visuals. That's when my self-esteem is pristine. But as soon as that buzz fades, yeah, self-doubt start to come in again and be like, I see, that was a brief moment of joy. You suck.
You know what? I think you just wrote a line for a song when you said, my self-esteem is pristine. I think there's a song there. I'm just saying.
Let me write it. See, I love being a songwriter because from a random conversation, you can get awesome ideas for songs. I have to say the best ideas come from random conversations. So thank you for that.
It's a pleasure.
My self-esteem
is pristine.
Pristine. I think this is fun for like a spoken tech house vocal.
Yeah.
You know, my self-esteem is pristine.
I love this next game. I know if I had to ask you this today, tomorrow, or the next day, I know your answer will be different every time. I understand that. I'm not saying favorite. I'm saying top of mind. If once we finish this conversation, you want to go and listen to 5 other artists, dead or alive, groups or solos, dance or rock, who would those 5 artists be?
Oh my God. It's always hard for me to answer this kind of questions because I love so much music, so many artists. But my number one forever and ever, and even if I become famous one day, I'll still be a fangirl for her, is Tovlo. Tovlo, oh my God, that girl changed my life. I really love her. And yeah, I would listen to her music over and over. I have actually over and over and over and over. I know her songs inside out. Then Toto. I love Toto. I think it's one of my favorite groups. I grew up listening to them. My dad is a huge fan of Toto. Michael Jackson. My mother, huge fan of Michael Jackson. I know his music inside out. He's such a big influence on the way I perceive, feel music. And I see that in my writing, there's a bit of that as well. I've got a lot of rhythm, and I think it's because I've listened to a lot of that music. I've always loved Charlie XCX a lot. I've found her brilliant since the beginning of her career, and I'm happy people are finally start to see that. One more. Let's pick another guy. Oh, James Morrison. I love James Morrison so much. When I was younger, I used to listen to his music a lot. And I like his raspy voice. And I think I relate to him because of that a lot. I've always been told my voice was weak. And because it was raspy, that I would have been without my voice if I didn't study, blah, blah, blah. That was partially true. I have to say, vocal coaching really saved me. But my voice is raspy because it's naturally raspy. I have a thing called vergeture. And he has been the first reminder that you can have a weak voice, but make it powerful.
There's another line of a song. I'm just saying. We're writing songs. We're doing songs.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. What did I say?
You said you can have a weak voice, but make it powerful.
Yes. You want, how much do you want from the copyright?
I think we need to do a writing session one day. You mentioned about the vocal coaching. Do you feel that any artist who's professional should look into that to help them with their journey of becoming a professional?
Yes, 100%. It's a crucial part of my journey. Honestly, my singing voice before starting vocal coaching and after, I would say after 3 years. That's when I finally started to get in the right vibe with my voice. Wow, two different things. I think everyone who takes themselves seriously as a singer should have a vocal coach. But not all vocal coaches are the same. It took me a few years to find the right one, to find the one that had the technique that was perfect for me. And I really wish everyone to be lucky enough to find their own. It's like an athlete who doesn't go to the gym, who doesn't have a coach. That's crazy, isn't it?
Exactly.
And we are athletes. Like singing is demanding, very demanding. You need a good breath control. You need to be in shape. And there's cardio involved. And also, you need awareness of what you're doing, where your muscles are, how they work, and what is your weakness as well. Because every singer has their own weakness. And your goal, I would say, is to learn to overcome that. And yeah, it's hard and expensive, but so worth it. So worth it.
It's about strengthening that muscle and focus on the achievement and the goal. The podcast is listened to throughout the world. As a final message, what would you like to say?
Hello, everyone. First of all, from all over the world, I would like to say that don't listen to the people that tell you you're crazy for wanting to do what you really want to do. I've always gotten that feedback from Italians because in their experience, wanting to build an international career from Italy is mad. And it is. But I'm a madder than them because I'm here. And if you really want something, go for it. You'll manage. But what I wish I knew when I was younger is that health is important as well. The line between going all in for your dream and hurting your health, hurting yourself is very, very fine. And the more I grow up, the more I see that it's even easier to not be good to myself. But you live and you learn. So just go for it and don't trust who tells you you can't do it because you can. Maybe they can't. They were not brave enough to go for it, but you are. And you can do it.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Celeb Savant. Please follow Barrett on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at Celeb Savant. That's CelebSavant.